Hey guys, I'm here with a new review. Are you shopping around for a cash counter? Well, this one may be the one that you need. Stick around to the very end so you can see all the features this thing has. It even has counterfeit identification. Let me bring you in closer and show it to you. Let's assemble it and then let's run through some of the options that it has. Okay guys, first I'm going to show you what's in the box. Then I'm going to bring you even closer and show you everything else. Okay? So let's start looking here. So first we have a couple of manuals here, how to maintain the cash counter and how to use it. They give you a little cleaning cloth and a little brush. They even give you a USB stick to do firmware updates on it. Now let me show you what else. So this is a little digital screen that displays how many bills and the value of the bills that were in there. They also include a power cable. The assembly part of it is very simple. There are just two things that you need to put on. You need to put on the dollar bill guides that go on here, and you also need to attach the screen. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble it. But before we do that, let me show you some maintenance, just in case if you ever have a problem. So back here, we have this door that opens up. So in case you ever have, let's call it a paper jam, all this opens up and you can pull this apart and see if there's any dollar bills that are trapped in there. Okay. So just in case, make sure that it is clipped back together so you don't get paper jams. All right. Let's go ahead and turn this around. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put these on. So these are these guides for the bills. All right. So when you put the stack down there and they just click in and you push them until you hear the click. Okay. That means that they are on tight. So then now we got to plug in two things. We need to plug in this digital counter. This tells you the amount and the number of bills that you're plugging in. And this plugs in over here. So it's what looks like an old phone line. Okay. You push that in until it clips. And then lastly, we have power. Power cable just plugs in here. And we also have an off and on button down here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back around. And this has some little feet. So that way you can see that. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and power it back up. And there we go. It'll take a minute or so before it fully boots up. Once it's fully boot up, you'll see this light up also. This machine has a lot of options. We are going to go through some of them. We're going to change the kind of bill, either US or Euro. It also has an auto feature that automatically detects the bill that you're putting on it. We're also going to go through a couple of features that it has when it's counting money. If you put a stack, let's say, of $5 bills and there's a 10 in there, it will stop and identify that you have a bill that should not be on that stack. So we have lots of options on here. I'm not going to go through every one of them, but I am going to do a few. Okay, so everything is booted up. As you can see, this is ready too. All right, so next is let's go ahead and run some bills through it. Okay, let me show you a few key features of this money counter. So right now you see where it says auto. That means that it will auto detect any bill that you put in there. But let's say you want to specify what currency. Let's go hit the button over here. It says currency. Then we will use the arrows to move over, hit the menu button again, and now it selects US. So STC means that it will look for a single type. So let's say you just want to count number ones, okay? $1 bills, but you have a 5 mixed in there. It will detect that and alert you that there is a mixed bill in your stack. So I'm going to put these on there and it will give me that error, okay? So it will show me that that $5 bill was mixed in there. Once I remove this, it will continue scanning. All right, so another mode that it has, and to clear the counters out, you just hit the reset button. That will clear everything out. And if you notice, every time I'm scanning, this little screen here will also tell you the same information. How many bills and their total value. Okay, so let's change that. So now we have MDC. So that means multiple. You can scan a mixture of all the bills together. Okay. And it will count them all. And once it finishes counting, let's say you need more information or you want more information, you hit the details button here. The detail button will tell you how much of each bill. For instance, there is one $50 bill, there is two 20s, there's one 10, there's four $5 bills, and 8 $1 bills. If you hit that again, it'll even tell you all the serial numbers of it. You can hit detail again and it will scroll down to the next set. Right? Again, clear it. There we go. And again, there it says the same information. All right, let's go ahead and clear that. So the last mode here is CNT. That means that it's just going to count the number of bills, not necessarily their face value. So let's go ahead and put that on there. It will go through all of them and it will tell you there are 16 bills in there. All right, I think that does it for my review. I hope that helped. Till next time.